Most people picture classic British cars as charming little machines, cheerful, dependable, and packed with character. And many truly were. But not every model earned that reputation. Lead. Some were so painfully slow that even walking beside them felt like a realistic alternative. These were machines shaped by wartime restrictions, post-war shortages, and engineering compromises that would look strange by today's standards. Lead. A few names will feel familiar. Others have almost vanished from memory. And the car at number 1 pushes slow driving into an entirely different category. Today on Retro UK, we are counting down the 10 slowest British cars of the 1940s. Let's begin number 10. Lead. Austin 10. Starting at number 10 is the Austin 10, one of the most familiar small British cars of the 1940s. First introduced in 1939 just before civilian car production was interrupted by the war, it later returned after the conflict in nearly unchanged form and stayed in production until 1947. It used a 1,125cc four-cylinder side-valve engine producing about 32 horsepower. That modest setup allowed a top speed of roughly 65 miles per hour. And even that was only achievable under perfect conditions with minimal load and open roads. By the time it was in widespread use, the side-valve layout was already considered outdated. It was chosen more for reliability and simplicity than performance. Drivers often felt the engine struggling whenever they tried to push beyond a relaxed cruising speed. Post-war shortages also meant there was little room for improvement or refinement. Yet the Austin 10 still served thousands of British families reliably for years. And while 65 miles per hour may not sound especially fast, the cars coming next make it seem almost quick by comparison. Number 9. Hillman Minx Phase 1. At number 9, we find the Hillman Minx, a car that was extremely common on British roads during the 1940s, but not known for any kind of performance. Built by the Rootes Group in Coventry, it came with a 185cc side-valve four-cylinder engine producing around 35 horsepower. On paper, it could reach close to 63 miles per hour. In real-world driving, however, most owners never came close to that figure, especially on crowded post-war roads. The design focused on smoothness and long-term durability rather than speed. Once passengers and luggage were added, performance dropped even further. It was dependable, practical transport for ordinary people during difficult post-war years. Nothing more and nothing less. Its mechanical design changed very little over time, showing how conservative the Rootes Group approach was. And yet, even this car is not the slowest on the list. Number 8. Ford Prefect E93A. At number 8 is the Ford Prefect E93A, arguably one of the most overlooked British Fords of its era. Produced at Ford's Dagenham plant from 1940 to 1948, it had a long production life that spanned most of the decade. It was powered by a 1,172cc four-cylinder side-valve engine producing around 30 horsepower. Despite being slightly more advanced than some rivals, it still only managed a top speed of about 62 miles per hour. Positioned as a slightly more refined alternative to the Anglia, it offered a longer body and more space, but no real improvement in performance. Owners valued it for reliability and easy maintenance rather than speed. Today, it's largely forgotten by the general public, surviving mostly in classic car circles. Number 7. Singer 9. At number 7, we have the Singer 9, a car that deserves more recognition than it usually gets. Built in Birmingham, it featured a 972cc overhead camshaft engine, technically more advanced than many competitors still using side-valve designs. In theory, this should have given it a performance advantage. However, the engine only produced around 28 horsepower, limiting the top speed to roughly 62 miles per hour. While mechanically sophisticated, it still failed to deliver strong performance. Buyers were attracted more by Singer's reputation for engineering quality than by any expectation of speed. It remains one of those forgotten machines that shows how advanced engineering doesn't always translate into faster driving. Number 6. Morris 8 Series E. At number 6 comes the Morris 8 Series E, one of the most common British cars of the 1940s. It played a major role during wartime and continued into the post-war period, becoming a familiar sight across the country. It used a 918cc side-valve engine, producing about 29 horsepower. Its top speed was around 60 miles per hour. Though reaching that speed required patience and a clear road, the design was simple and cheap to produce, making it ideal for an economy recovering from war. Buyers prioritized affordability and reliability, and the Morris 8 delivered both consistently. It may not have been exciting, but it was essential transport for thousands of families. Number 5. Standard 8. At number 5 is the Standard 8 from Coventry. This small saloon was built with simplicity and low cost as its main priorities. Powered by a 1.21cc side-valve engine producing roughly 28 horsepower, its top speed was around 60 miles per hour. But like many cars of its class, that figure was more theoretical than practical. It was designed for affordability during a time when money was tight, and buyers needed basic, reliable transport rather than performance. The driving experience was extremely simple and often uninspiring, but it fulfilled its purpose despite its limitations. Lead. It became an important part of everyday British motoring. Number 4. Austin 8. At number 4 we have the Austin 8, a very small car powered by a 900cc side-valve engine, producing just 24 horsepower. Its top speed was about 58 miles per hour. Lead. But reaching that required careful driving and a lot of patience. It was built for affordability above all else, making it a practical choice for working families. Overtaking was difficult and required planning ahead, and acceleration was extremely modest. Drivers often described it as both cheerful and frustrating at the same time. It was simple, reliable transport, but far from fast. Number 3. Ford Anglia E4A. At number 3 is the Ford Anglia E4A, a compact saloon produced from 1939 to 1948. Lead. It used a 933cc side-valve engine producing just 23 horsepower. Despite its low output, it still managed a top speed of around 58 miles per hour, although it felt heavily strained getting there. It was extremely basic inside. Lead. With very little equipment and a focus purely on low cost, Ford aimed it at buyers who cared about price above all else. It remains one of the most stripped-down cars of its era. Number 2. Jowett Bradford. At number 2 is the Jowett Bradford, Lead, a distinctive post-war vehicle built in Yorkshire. It used a 1005cc flat twin engine producing around 25 horsepower. While smooth and reliable, it was extremely slow with a top speed of about 55 miles per hour, and in reality often less on normal roads. Lead. It was designed for utility rather than comfort or speed, and its driving experience was extremely basic. Still, it earned respect for its honesty and durability. It remains one of the more unusual British cars of its time. Number 1. Bond minicar. And finally, Lead. Number 1 is the Bond minicar, the slowest of them all. Introduced in 1949 by Sharp's Commercials in Preston, it was a tiny three-wheeled microcar made from lightweight aluminium panels. It used a 122cc single-cylinder two-stroke engine producing just 5 horsepower. Its claimed top speed was around 45 miles per hour, though in reality it often struggled to reach even 40 unless going downhill. It had no reverse gear, meaning drivers had to physically lift and turn it to change direction. The interior was extremely basic, Lead, almost minimal to the extreme. Yet despite all this, it sold in surprising numbers, because in post-war Britain even the smallest form of mobility felt like freedom. And that concludes our countdown of the 10 slowest British cars of the 1940s. Lead. Which one surprised you the most, and would you ever drive any of them today?